The mine gate stood open. No alarms, no warnings. Just rusted hinges and the faint scent of metal rising from the dark. Elizabeth didn't step forward. She stared into the shaft, watching the fog settle like breath held too long. Beside her, Nora said nothing. The silence between them felt heavier than the air. They turned back toward Hollow Creek. The town hadn't changed, not visibly. The diner still flickered with its half-lit neon sign. The church bell still rang at noon, though no one attended. But something was wrong. The wind didn't move the trees, the birds didn't sing, and every clock they passed, on porches, in windows, even the one above the town hall, was stuck at 3:17. Inside the diner, the air felt preserved, like the room had been sealed in wax. The overhead fan spun slowly, stirring nothing. The cook stood behind the counter, unmoving, eyes locked on a static-filled television that pulsed in rhythm. 3 slow beats, then silence, then again. On the far wall, tucked between faded newspaper clippings and a rusted fire extinguisher, hung 2 laminated sheets. One was a black and white photo collage, arranged like a fractured family tree. Faces stared out, some blurred, some scratched out, some marked with red ink beneath each image. She remembered too much. He never left the shift. This one still walks. The second was a handwritten page framed in cracked glass, not a journal, not a warning. It read like a ritual, or maybe a confession. The final line was underlined 3 times. The town doesn't forget, it just waits for you to notice. Nora wandered toward the back hallway. Photos lined the walls, minors, families, school children. But in each photo, something was off. A shadow where none should be. A face turned away, a figure in the background that didn't belong. One photo showed the diner itself, boarded up. The sign above the door didn't say Hollow Creek Diner. It said, "Return Site." A low hum began to rise from beneath the floor. Not loud, not mechanical, just present. Like the earth itself was remembering something. Outside, the wind had stopped again. The crow was gone. The trees surrounding the diner stood perfectly still. Across the street, the church bell rang once, though no one had pulled the rope. The church doors were unlocked. Dust covered the pews. But the altar was clean. A cassette played from a warped speaker. The sermon slow, slurred, the voice too deep to be human. Symbols carved into the wood didn't match any known faith. Nora found a prayer book beneath the pulpit. Most pages were blank, except one. It woke We didn't mean to. The cemetery was quiet. No rot, no decay, but the soil was soft, freshly turned. Marshal Keene walked the perimeter. His boots left no prints. He didn't speak. He didn't look at them. He just walked. Elizabeth found her father's grave, but the coffin was missing. At the schoolhouse, desks were arranged neatly. Chalk still marked the board. Threshold breached, collapse pending. A child's drawing lay on the floor. Figures with hollow eyes standing around a black pit. Nora picked it up and folded it carefully. Some of these kids never lived here, she said. Elizabeth didn't respond. Her thoughts were with the mine, with the metals pulled from beneath Lake Erie, with the samples her father had logged. Unusual, unclassified, pulsing faintly even after extraction. No one had understood what they were. No one had asked what lay beneath. Now the mine was open. The town was quiet. And something was watching.